Hey everyone, welcome back to the Duchess of Unicorn YouTube channel. And so I wanted to take a look at this article today, honey.9.com.au. I found this little bit interesting. Meghan Markle's school friend reveals the special bond between Prince Harry and her husband. Now, this is a recent write up, and I just want to go down and skim it for you, and then I want to click on a couple of things. So, before we get started, the disclaimer in full is in the description box below. This is the Duchess of Unicorn YouTube channel, and stay to the end of the video, people, because I noticed a lot of people are watching midstream and stopping. So if you would be so kind to stay to the end, you never know what you're going to see. And of course, sometimes there's a better conclusion at the end of the video. So one or two times, stay to the end. I appreciate it. Okay. So when Prince Harry and Meghan Markle stepped down from their roles as senior royals, they found little help from a friend. They found a little help from a friend or two in particular. Actress and singer Katharine McPhee and her husband David Forster put up the Sussexes in the British Columbia home they stayed in during their time in Canada this year. McPhee claims a father and son relationship has emerged between the prince and Forster. My husband has a really, really beautiful relationship with Harry. They're so cute. They're like father and son, McPhee tells Access Hollywood. He loves to help people. We just hope they end up somewhere where they feel like they can really settle down. And look at this cute picture of two wide smiles, Meghan and McPhee. And you can see even the noses look different. And these are not little girls like 10 or 8 or 7 or 5. These are teenage girls. So it's really interesting to see the nose and the face on Katharine McPhee. But more importantly, let's look at Meghan and focus on how wide her nose is. And where's that little tip that everyone always talks about that is so defined and turned up? Let's look at all that between the eyes and the space here. So when we think about dimensions and the most beautiful face, we see her original face when she was a teenager is quite different. I know she's over smiling, but let's look at the width of her nose. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to, whoops, sorry, Mick. Let's go to Katharine McPhee. Let's go to her page. Well, not her page, but let's look her up. Katharine McPhee, and she has a website. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, so she has a website. So let's click on this. Now, David Foster is her husband, and I believe Katharine McPhee is in her 30s, her mid to late 30s, and her husband is like 70. And so we want to look at that after, but look at the difference in her nose as she's an older woman. Now, usually when you're older and you have a thin nose when you're younger, your nose just gets wider and changes over time, like most of our features, but not Katharine McPhee. In fact, her nose may have had a little touch up. Okay, so here's Katharine McPhee, and she is a singer and an actress. And Katharine McPhee returns to American Idol on May 17th, which is past, to perform We Are the World. Now, I missed that, and, I don't really care. Let's click on highlights from Katharine McPhee and David Foster. Now, if you guys remember, David Foster is the gentleman from Canada who put up his house. He's like this millionaire who put up his house for Meghan Markle and Prince Harry to supposedly stay at. And it just so happens that that is the husband of Katharine McPhee. So I just wanted to click on this and I want to talk just a touch right quick about how intertwined Hollywood is and how people are possessed to do anything for a buck, for celebrityism, for being famous. Famous for God knows what. Famous for marrying a millionaire who's older than you, who might have bought you in some way, shape, or form, or bought your love, what have you. Or maybe David Foster is a terrific guy. So Katharine McPhee and David Foster have been doing live mini concerts on Instagram. So this woman married this guy, and I'm not sure why it's not showing up. Sometimes that does that. Now, David's most recent PBS special. So apparently he's made a special for PBS. And I'm not sure if I can play any of these. Sometimes when you play clips from other people, um, like this number here, you can really find yourself in a situation. But this is definitely just to show you this is Katharine McPhee and that's David Foster. So, I'm not saying that people can't fall in love, but it's interesting to see at her age that she married this gentleman. And this gentleman, David Foster, just happens to be the gentleman who actually lent his house to couch surfers, famous couch surfers, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Now, remind you, let's just remember, Prince Harry was never a couch surfer until his wedding and marriage to Meghan Markle. And then he felt that he had graduated or stepped down into being the type of person that just couch surfs. Now, there's nothing wrong with couch surfing, especially if you have the ability to do so. Maybe you're a single person and your lifestyle has gotten you to where you just want to travel and go here and there. But when you are a celebrity and you're couch surfing and suddenly you marry a prince and he's couch surfing, well, that's kind of like imagining Prince Harry, Meghan Markle. What are they going to do next? House sit and then have the media, send over a press kit to the media saying Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are house sitting. This is something that just seems a little bit odd. But anyway, this is David Foster, Katharine McPhee, and let's see. Um, let's see if we can go back to honey.9.com.au and look at these two. So these two go a little bit way back. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're really good friends, but it looks to be like they know each other from back in the day. And that sometimes is enough in Hollywood. But this says high school. And that's really, really nice. But what's really alarming is Katharine McPhee, which is, I think I've seen her. I don't remember hearing anything about her singing, but I think I might have seen her in a movie. You might have seen her in a movie or show, but this is her husband, David Foster. And so we see Katharine McPhee, very polished. We do kind of see the same nose. Maybe there might have been a small amount of fixing on his face, but for the most part, David Foster seems to be attracted to women of a younger age. And that's not crazy, but it's funny as all hell to see how you can go from knowing someone in school and having her stay at your husband's home, or yours and your husband's home in Canada. So it's interesting. She was able to call upon her to do a favor and let her stay in Canada, or maybe she called her up and said, hey, why don't you come on down or up to Canada and we'll keep you here at our house, and you can leave when you want, or what have you. And so here we see Katharine McPhee and Meghan Markle have been friends for quite a long time. Okay, I will see you in the next Hollyweird video, and where I can share more about these crazy, crazy people who keep lending their name and the spotlight to their friends, their interconnected friends. And when I say friends, I use that term loosely. Even though Katharine McPhee has said she's known her since school, we see that they've been in high school together. That's fine. But what we find interesting is that this gentleman is tied to her. She's tied to Meghan from high school, and never saw her with Meghan until she married him, and of course until Meghan became married to Prince Harry, and the rest is history. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.